Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance you must keep moving. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. Logic will get you from A to Z, imagination will get you everywhere. Education is not the learning of facts, it's rather the training of the mind to think. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it's built for. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. A human being is part of a whole called by us the universe. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Once you stop learning, you start dying. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. All religions, arts and sciences are branches of the same tree. In fact, an empty stomach of you is not a good political advisor. Big anger stays only in the bosom of fools. A man who only reads in too much and just uses his own brain few falls into lazy. With God we are all equally in size, and equally same, but categorized by our own manner. Everything should be as simple as it possible, but not as simpler. God always takes you on the simplest way. Gravitation does not take the responsibility on people who is falling in love. I don't have any special talents. I do passionately curious. I don't know with what weapons World War III used to, but World War IV will be with sticks and stones. The imagination is more important than any knowledge. I ain't so smart, it's just by staying on any problems longer. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Generations to come will find it hard to believe that something this wondrous ever existed in flesh and blood, and walked upon the face of the earth. Out of chaos, seek simplicity. From discord, seek harmony. In the midst of adversity lies opportunity. It is possible to explain anything scientifically, but that makes it tasteless, it makes it meaningless. As if you explain Beethoven's symphony as a variation of air pressure. There are only two ways to live our lives. One is as if nothing is a miracle. The second is as if everything is a miracle. Learn from the past, live for the future. The most important thing is not to stop asking questions. Give a value from the effort, not from the results. Only then can we understand life. The pursuit of truth and beauty is an activity that gives us the opportunity to be children for life. A life for others is a precious life. Science without religion is lame. The only source of knowledge is experience. The important thing is not stop questioning. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. If you want to live a happy life, then hang it on a goal, not on other people or things. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. The commonality and quiet solitude of life stimulate creative thinking. Why does nobody understand me, yet everyone likes me? Today's problem is not nuclear energy, but the human heart. Women marry men hoping they will change. Men marry women hoping they won't change. Because of this, each one will usually be disappointed. As long as there is love, there are no more questions. The hardest test in a relationship is not to agree but still hold hands. Great anger is only in the bosom of fools. Everyone who reads too much and uses his own brain too little will fall into the habit of lazy thinking. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. Be compassionate towards others and be hard on yourself. The search for truth and beauty is an activity that gives us the opportunity to be children for life. It is much easier to change and engineer plutonium atoms than to change the evil nature that dwells in man. Peace cannot be maintained by force. It can only be achieved with understanding. Intelligence doesn't play much of a role in the discovery process. There's a leap in consciousness, call it intuition or whatever it's called. The solution just pops up and we don't know how or why. We can't solve our problems with the same thoughts as when we created them. If people are good because they fear punishment or expect a reward, then they are in deep regret. The beauty of friendship is that you know who you can entrust your secrets to. When you're dating a cute girl, an hour seems like a second. When you're sitting on a hot stove, a second feels like an hour. That's relativity. What really interests me is whether God had a choice in the creation of the world. The hardest test in a relationship is to disagree and yet join hands. Any guy who can drive well while kissing a pretty girl doesn't give the kiss the attention it deserves at all. You have to learn the rules of the game. And then you have to play better than everyone else. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Many things may come to those who wait, but only things are left behind by those who work hard. All religions, arts and sciences in this world originate from the same branch of the tree.